Hey, what's up? Hello and welcome. My name is Maya and I'm Maya the Simmer. So, today we have something completely new for my channel. This is the first build I'm uploading to my channel. I'm so excited. I mentioned in previous Let's Plays that I wanted to get better at building, so I thought why not start a build challenge. Now, if you know me, you know I like to make my life harder. So, what I did was I made a wheel and I'm using that wheel to determine the house style I build. So I'll spin the wheel, it will have a whole bunch of different house styles on it, and after I spin the wheel, that's the style house I have to build. It will make it much harder for me and it will force me to build houses I've never thought of building before because I just don't think I'm a good builder. So we're gonna see what I get. I'm gonna pull up the website now. Okay, so here is the wheel I'm going to use to decide how or what style house we're building. I'm so nervous because I can't build. But like I said, the whole purpose of this is for me to get better at building. So whatever it lands on is the home style I will be building for my first build in this build series. Let's spin. Colonial. I love colonial houses. Colonial and Victorian are my two favorite style homes. So I was hoping for either one, but we got colonial. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to look up colonial style homes on Pinterest and find some inspiration. And yeah, we're going to get this build started. I'm excited. But I'm going to go do a speed recording of this build and then I'll be talking over it, but it will be after I edit. So I'll talk to you guys literally now, but just not now, but now. You get it. All right, let's get started. All right, so this is Maya a week after attempting to start this build. And let me tell you, I don't like the Maya that did the intro because she was so excited. She was so happy for this build. And let me tell you, I am a worse builder than I thought I was. Oh my goodness, this build. All right, so what I'm doing now is the shape, or what is it called? The shell, right? I'm doing the shell. And what I decided is, because I was looking up pictures on Pinterest of colonials and I saw that, okay, they had steps in front, most of them, but they didn't have a foundation. So I was like, okay, I'll use the platforms. This is when the platforms come in handy, right? And I'm like, yes, I get to use the new platforms. No, I did not. I don't know what possessed me to think I can build with platforms when I clearly can't. So I'm going to end up adding a foundation because I don't know if you know, you can't use the platforms for stairs without raising the whole house as a platform. But then when I did that, it was like going into the second floor because I would raise the first floor and then the second floor would also raise with it. And I don't figure it out until I decorate the house and I do everything else. So yeah, that's the shell, and that I messed up on the shell by doing that. What I'm doing in the back now, I decided when I was looking at it, it looked really flat. Like, I don't know, the back looked too flat to me and I didn't like it, so I ended up bringing out the back. I don't know if that's normal for colonials, but I tried to look up literally the back of colonials and I couldn't find it anywhere. So I said, you know what, I'm just gonna build the colonial how I want to build the colonial. And I end up adding a back stairs. I took out that area and then I added a platform to the area when I could have just added the platform from the beginning, but I am a amateur builder, so I don't know these things. And I added to the back of the house an entrance, and I ended up adding another entrance as well, which was cute. It turns out cute. Right now what I'm doing is the chimney area, and I want it to be cute like those builders and make like the chimney all the way through the house. And I don't know what I ended up doing. I ended up making it really large, and then I thought, okay, it can get smaller and I'll put the chimney on that. I don't know what I was thinking in this part, but it didn't work, so I ended up deleting it and I just end up putting the chimney right on that spot I built. Yeah, so clearly I need to watch tutorials on how to do chimneys in The Sims 4 because I clearly can't do it. Look at me struggle. You guys, I had like several mental breakdowns during this build, if I'm being quite honest. And I was like, I don't want to build anymore. I'm not building. But then I end up still building the house, which I'm happy about. I'm happy I continued with it for sure because like I said, I want to get better. I really want to get better at building, and I'm happy that I'm starting this series. I mean, I'm nervous for some of the style of homes. Luckily, Colonial is just a box. That's fancy, so it's pretty easy for me to do this build. With the hiccups, I wanted to go for like that black and white stereotypical Colonial. That you see with Colonials, like the siding and everything I just took from different images I saw, which had like featured Colonials usually have like a darker roof, but the color tends to be white or brick. And I wanted to do the same thing. Now this side of the house is an addition in my head. Like I would like to think that most Colonials started off as just like the box houses and then additions were added later on. I could be 100% incorrect because I'm probably incorrect, but I wanted the addition I did on this house to also feature that, so that's why it has slightly different windows and siding. I also moved the house back slightly. I thought it was too close to the curb, and it turns out it was right because when I do the backyard I barely have space. That's me trying to fix the platforms because it wasn't just like when I added doors it just didn't look right, so I would have to move the whole house up. And what I'm doing now is I'm creating the floor plan that I believe I actually end up changing. Yeah, I definitely changed at least the whole second floor plan. And when I was building this house, I realized I don't know how to build houses because I lived in apartments all my life. So houses were not it for me growing up. So like this is what I mean with the platforms. Like I would have to move everything down and it wasn't turning out well. But yeah, I just don't know how to plan houses. I don't know how to plan houses, but I know how to decorate them okay. I think planning is the hard part for me, which is something I want to get better at. And I want to give you a little warning with how I build. It's chaotic. That's the only way I can describe how I build is extremely chaotic. What I usually do is I just literally throw things in the room. Furniture wise, I don't really care what the furniture looks like. I just throw it in the room because I want to see how the space looks. And I don't end up decorating all the way until the last minute when I build. So sorry. But yeah, what I'm doing now is the living room area. They have they have a living room and then the den is all the way on the left side of the house. This is a living room and I wanted it to look like a classic Colonial stuffy living room. That's what I wanted it to look like. And I am using CC. When I first set out for this challenge, I said, you know what? I'm not going to use CC. I'm just going to use what I have in the game. I have all the packs I can build. No, I can't. And I realize I'm addicted to CC and I rely on CC heavily. But you know, it's not news. It's not news. But yeah, maybe eventually I can do a no CC build. But I literally, when I thought I wasn't going to use CC, I couldn't figure out how I wanted to do the living room. So I stopped building and came back the next day and I said, you know, I'm just going to put CC in there because that's how I build. I like to use CC. Now, the outside, the windows, the doors, and all that they're not CC, and I believe they're actually base game. So if you want to download the house on the gallery, it would definitely have a shell, at least, that you can use. Yeah, and my gallery ID is the same as my YouTube. It's Maya the Simmer, but I'll link it down below. I wanted to add like a little sitting area for this family. Now, when I build, I like to think of the family that I think would live in this house and how they would decorate it, what colors would they use. Like I like to come up with who lives here first. The problem is that I don't have a sim to live here. Like I have no sim to live here. So what I'm asking you all to do is to upload a sim to the gallery if you want. So like maybe upload a sim and I'll have the hashtag on the screen and then I'll include a hashtag in the description so you know where to upload your sim. And if I choose your sim, the next time I do this build, I'll move your sim in and I'll thank you for building the sim and give you a little shout out. Yeah. Oh, and I forgot to mention, the lot I'm using is Tranquil Crescent, I believe, in Newcrest. I want to just put all these houses in Newcrest that I built with this little series. So Yeah. All right. Right now, I moved the dining room. I created a whole separate dining room. I was going to do like the dining room by the living room, but then I thought, no, colonials are definitely more sectioned out than the open concept of apartments that I'm used to, and definitely more sectioned out than like open concept houses that are really popular in the United States right now. So I was like, yeah, you definitely have to section out this dining room and living room. You can't put them in the same room. So I moved the dining room over towards the kitchen, which makes sense, right? I like to think it makes sense. Like you just walk from your kitchen to the dining room. But like you said, like I said, my knowledge on the house is very limited and strictly on movies. The kitchen. I wanted the kitchen to be a light, airy kitchen, which is kind of different than the rest of the house. I would like to think that maybe the kitchen got remodeled a little after and they're still remodeling it. And you'll see what I mean when I'm finished with it. I don't know why I extended that room out that's in that corner. I end up pushing it back. I think I extended it too much. That room right there is going to end up being the laundry room, but I thought it was going to be another bathroom, but I changed my mind. And kitchens, so I know people don't like bathrooms. I don't like kitchens. I don't like building kitchens because I just don't know what to put in there. Like I put all the appliances and stuff I need, and then the kitchen still looks empty to me. So if you have tips on how to make a kitchen look more lived in, I know obviously clutter, and I end up adding clutter in the end. But still, I don't know what it is about kitchens. I'm not a fan of building kitchens at all. I don't like kitchens. I also don't like building bathrooms, so there's that. What I'm doing now, the hood. I added the hood, but because I still have like that platform, right? Like half the house is platform and half of it is not. The what is it called? The hood of the stove ended up poking through the top of the house, and it was awful. This is the laundry room I was mentioning. Right now I'm doing the bathroom. I know it goes really fast in this section, and the reason is because this section I added it in editing after because I forgot I had this whole clip. So it's a little faster than the rest of the house, but I slow it down towards the end as well. Right now what I'm doing is just adding some finishing touches to the downstairs room, like the downstairs rooms, and then I'm gonna move upstairs. Don't worry, I end up editing it and adding way more clutter towards the end. Oh, I don't move upstairs. Actually, I moved to the den. I love the den. The den is more my style. And I like to think that maybe one of the parents in this house has that style more, and then the other parent has more of a classic style. So I made this room like that parent's room. I don't know. So if you're gonna make a sim, maybe make one sim be more eclectic and one be more like stuffy. That would make more sense for this family, I think. But this would be like the study area / den. It's where the family spends most of their time, I like to think. Now, the upstairs. This is what I mean by change the whole floor plan. And I actually really like the floor plan I come up with. And I'm happy I did switch it. Looking back now, it makes more sense because I moved the parents' room to one side of the upstairs and all of the kids' room to the other side. And it just looks better. There goes that freaking hood that was peeking through, and I just got rid of it. I was like, you don't need a hood. You're fine. Yeah. I don't even remember what room I end up starting with first. I think I want to say I start with the parents. Here goes the platforms. Look at this. I don't know what I did. What I ended up doing, I left build mode, and I think I brought a family into the house to play test it because I was unsure with the platforms. And I believe in this video you're gonna actually see the family I bring in to play test it. I'm not sure. But right now I am building the parents' bedroom. I want to say the eclectic sim won out more with the bedroom, and yeah, you can tell more when I finish with the decoration that the eclectic sim definitely had more of a say in the bedroom, which I guess will make sense, right? If you design the whole house, at least your partner should be able to do the bedroom, right? That's what I like to think. Compromise, people. It involves compromise. Yeah, so I went with the orange room. Orange is my favorite color, so of course I'm gonna make an orange room because I like orange, and there has to be orange in every house I build, obviously. But no, for real, I really do love orange, and I think it makes for a beautiful bedroom. I thought I was gonna make that corner room the upstairs bathroom, but I end up making the bathroom attached to the teenage girls' room, just because it was a smaller room and I wanted a bigger room for another bedroom. For the bathroom, I played around with platforms again. I end up adding a platform for the tub, and that one turned out okay. And I play tested it, it worked, and I liked it. I liked the platform I used for it. I think I should be adding it in a little bit. Right now, yeah. I added a platform in, and I really liked how the platform turned out. I made it like the full corner of it. I don't know, I would like to think I would have a nice bath like that. For the kids' bathroom, I did a Christmas themed bathroom because we're in December, it's almost Christmas, and I felt merry. During this though, it was like right after we just did the Christmas tree at my house when I did the bathroom, so that's why they got a Christmas themed bathroom. It goes with the house, not at all, but I just threw it in there. Right now I'm doing the teenage girls room, which it turns out really good and I love it. And I warned you, I build chaotic. Like, this is me throwing things into the room. That's what I do. I throw things in there and then I move them around until it works out for me. But I really like the girls room. I thought it was a nice size. And as you can see, whoever is the artistic eclectic parent, she's definitely the child that's more in tune with like her artistic side. I'm moving on to the nursery. I would like to think that maybe like they have a baby or a baby on the way or something like that, and I just wanted to go with a green room because I thought it would look good. And there's that play family I had testing out the house for me. I'm moving on to the third kids room. It's a child's room. I went with like a blue and orange theme. No shocker, I've done blue and orange themed children's rooms before, and I realized there was no space in the room, so I moved the house down there. I gave them a science table, just, you know, to spice it up, change it up a little bit. We already had a creative kid, so I switched out the toy box for a changing table because I just realized like a baby's not going to play with the toy box. And then I switched gears and I got so tired of decorating, I went outside and did landscaping. Now, the only thing that I dislike more than kitchens is landscaping. I suck at landscaping more than kitchens. And it's probably because I did grow up in apartments and didn't have backyards, so I don't know what goes into a backyard. But I basically just built what I think a backyard should look like. And I also remembered from a video I watched that you should make it look like it actually is from that neighborhood. So I used a lot of the stuff from base game and fit them into Newcrest to make it look like, you know, it's a part of the world. And I wanted to add a backyard area for like, I like to think that maybe the more stuffy parent often throws parties. So I wanted to include like a backyard art area that they can entertain guests in. And I think it turned out okay. The pool is for the kids. I don't know. If I have room in a backyard, I like to throw a pool in there because I didn't have a pool and I like pools. So I just threw that in there. Now for the front of the house, this is what I mean by I hate landscaping, because I just don't know what to do, right? I just threw some rocks, threw some grass, put the rocks on the grass, and called it a day for the entranceway because I can't visualize it in my head how a landscape would look, and I think that's the problem. Like when I decorate rooms, I can visualize, okay, I know where a couch goes and how living rooms tend to be set up, but it's hard to do like landscaping for me. So if you know any good landscapers, link them down below and I'll check their videos out. Also, a tip I heard is to add dirt to anything you build with landscaping, and I want to say thank you to whatever video I watched that did that, because geez, adding the dirt makes it look so much more realistic. That mailbox is there because I moved the play family into it to test out things before I like finished, and you know, you have to have a mailbox for Sims to live in a house, so I end up switching that mailbox out, don't worry. Right now, I think I'm still finishing up landscaping. I'm adding like little tiny plants into corners to make it look more full and more like of a natural. Like, of course, some weeds are gonna poke through no matter how nice you keep your yard. So that's what I'm doing right now. I think, yeah, I added tree to the corner. The reason I added the tree to the back, I would like to think you want something to cover up your pool. You don't want your neighbors peeking in. So I don't know. I think weirdly, like I think like it's a real thing, like I'm really building a house. I don't know. And how would I want the house? I added the dirt to the monkey bars because I don't know about you, but when I played on monkey bars, they always had mud under it because you're like stepping down on the ground, constantly jumping off. whatever. And I thought it needed some dirt under there, you know what I mean? I think I'm almost done with the landscaping. Not completely, like I'm not done with the backyard at all, but I think this is when I move back into the house. Oh, nope, changed my mind. Nope, I finished it out, guys. I did it. I didn't give up. So I finished up the backyard, adding dirt. If you have tips on backyards, please leave them in the comments, because Lord knows I need some tips. Pools, same thing. Didn't have a pool growing up. Don't know what goes into a pool, so I just throw what I think goes into a pool into the pool. So I just add like a light, a ladder, and a little diving board, you know, have some fun. I think that's it for the backyard, I want to say. Nope, I kept going, you guys. I went all out. Wow, I'm rewatching it like, wow, you go, Maya. Because usually what I do is just build a box, put the family in the box, put some furniture they need in the box, and then the family lives in the box. And that's how I build in The Sims. Or I just take from the gallery. That's my favorite thing to do. Now for the lighting. Usually I don't add lights. Like I say, I don't build. But I was like, wait, how would it look in the dark? And I know you should have lights in all your entrances and exits, right? Because you kind of need to see if you're like coming into the house at night. So I add lights to all of the entrances outside. And then I add light to this one. This is where I wanted that section to be flat, and I didn't want to add a foundation. Like, the foundation looks awful with the colonial, and I tried to hide the foundation in the front with the bushes, but the back, I was like, I'm not hiding the foundation. But they just don't have foundations like that, you know what I mean? Like, they're flat to the ground usually, and I couldn't figure out how to do the platforms while also making the rest of the house on that level, so I didn't have to keep increasing. I don't know, it's hard to explain what I had to do, but if you ever try to do platforms like I did, you probably ran into the same problem, but figure it out. Now, if the house looks different, it's because what I did was I stopped recording and I threw all of the decorations into the room that I wanted. And this is what I do after. I put all the decorations in, and then I go through each room and I double check, is that how I want it to look? And is there anything I can change about it or move? Like if they're not even, I move them slightly. So that's why you're not seeing like me put all the clutter and decorations in. It's because I stopped recording for that and just threw them in the room. And I'm also really, really indecisive. So that was like 2 hours. When I say this is, you're watching about 7 hours of footage. And I want to kind of bring up that point. It took me so long to build because 1, I'm not a good builder. 2, I'm indecisive. 3, when I get upset, I tend to rage quit. So this is over days of me keep coming back and building this house, which is why if you're a subscriber to my channel, you know I came out with a video schedule last week, and I planned on doing 6 videos a week and working full time. Let me just say, that was probably the dumbest idea I've had all month, and I have a lot of dumb ideas. Also, though, that grilled cheese is from the family that play tested the house for me. They decided to make grilled cheese. And don't worry, I go through and I go back with that family and I make them put it in their inventory and move out of the house, and then I upload it to the gallery. So you won't get that grilled cheese sitting there when I upload it. But I don't know who told me to do 6 videos a week, right? 6 videos a week is a lot anyway, working full time, but 6 videos and a speed build a week? Oh no, I don't know why I thought I was gonna do it. So I did all the videos, right? I posted 5 videos this week, and this speed build stopped me from posting 6 because I kept rage quitting and not finishing the build, but I end up finishing it. So if you're still watching the speed build, first of all, I want to say thank you for sticking through this video of me being chaotic and me being myself. But I also wanted to mention I want to start streaming. And I thought, instead of doing speed builds, I can do streaming on live stream with this series, and we'll spin the wheel on live stream, and you guys will help me build, because clearly I need help with a lot of things. But I think it would be more fun for you guys to come vibe with me while I build, give me tips, let me know how you want the house. And I think it would be a better experience, and I wouldn't be too stressed out with the editing of speed builds take a long time, and it's also stressful like building when you can't build, and trying to build in a time frame of like, okay, I'm gonna take 2 hours to build today and I should be done because I have other videos to record. So yeah, let me know what you think of the streaming idea. I'm gonna do another poll on my Instagram where I basically ask my followers what time works best for them, because I have subscribers from all different parts of the world, I found out recently. So I'm gonna try to find a time that works best for everyone. So if you're not following me on Instagram, my Instagram is the same as my YouTube. It's Maya the Summer, and if you go there, I will have a poll. I like to do polls on all of my series there because I don't have access to community posts. So that's where I like to do my community posts, and I know a lot of people don't have Instagram. And I'm trying to get other social media so you guys can get in contact with me and we can talk and vibe and whatever. But yeah, that's my idea for this build series, is to eventually just transition into live streams. Also, this build series will probably be uploaded every other week to give myself like real time to do it and actually provide you with like, you know, a quality build. Not saying I can do quality builds yet. But yeah, we're nearing the end of this build, and I'm just cleaning up things like I mentioned, making it look a little better and presentable because I like to just throw things into the room. Yeah, so the house ends up being a 4-bedroom, 3-bathroom house. It has a living room, a den, a kitchen, a dining room, and a nice backyard. Well, not okay, you know, I use nice, not a nice backyard, but a backyard. But I think this was okay for my first build in the challenge. I like the way I want to be a builder is to not only be, you know, good at decorating, which I think I'm okay at, like I know what colors can go well together, but I also want to be better at something like this, right? Like, you see how I'm struggling right here to place things? I know there's a method to placing things, and I've tried it and I've tried it and I've tried it and I can't do it. Like, obviously I can eventually do it if I try harder, but I don't know, it just wasn't working out for me. Like, things like that I want to get good at, and I want to get good at just like having an idea for a build and then being able to produce it. I relied heavily on Pinterest for the shell. Like, I didn't model it after one house exactly. I took parts of houses I like, but still, I don't know. I want to get natural at building. I think that's more of what I want to do. But yeah, we are nearing the end of the house, and I'm going to add the mailbox. I want to say thank you to Snowy Escape for the mailbox alone, because most mailboxes where I live are attached to your house. So to get a mailbox attached to your house, I loved it. But yeah, we're at the end. I think I'm just adding finishing touches like garbage cans, and that's really it. If you like the house, please let me know in the comments. If you didn't like the house, please let me know in the comments because I would like to know what I can do better. Also, let me know what you think of the streaming idea. And now, here's some screenshots of the house. I hope you have a great rest of your day. Bye!